Welcome to this week's Wellness Wisdom Wednesday. I am Tiffany Brown Bush, and I'm helping you through Hump Day, except it's a day late. So this is not on time. This Wellness Wisdom Wednesday, and actually, it's because I like to share with you every time during these videos these days that it's my joy to teach superwomen how to live fit with happy hormones, and so on Wellness Wisdom Wednesday, I was actually facilitating a workshop on living fit and what that means, and that kind of threw my day off, and then some other things. And this superwoman had a hole in her cape, and so we are a day behind, but we're getting it done. And it's actually, you know, there's always a silver lining, somewhat of a blessing, because it got me to kind of flesh out some of my ideas about what I wanted to talk about today, or in this video. And Fit for Life is about living fit. That means eating fit, moving fit, and thinking fit. And so kind of breaking down what that means is sometimes necessary just as a refresher, and also relevant because in this moment we have another challenge starting. It will start on June 2nd, the next Fit for Life challenge, which is a way to optimize your well-being and pull out foods that aren't working for you and really feel like you're living fit. So the next one starts June 2nd, but I'm always quick to clarify the registration closes way earlier than that because we have a prep week. Because if without a prep week, I'm not a therapist. I'm just somebody pushing a diet. And that's not how I get down. So I want to make sure that me as a mental health therapist, I get to work on people learning that this is going to be a full-scale behavior change, meaning change your environment, change the way you kind of look at things, get your head right before you go just changing what you eat and how you live on a daily basis. You really want to prepare for that. So we have our next challenge coming up. And the prep week starts Monday the 26th, Memorial Day. It's just prep week, so everybody will be okay. And I thought, let's talk about what the challenge really encompasses. What is living fit? And basically, what are the top reasons that we maybe get off track with our health goals, and what top 5 things we really need to be thinking about. So want to try not to be so long-winded today because I can do that at times, I know. So the first thing, of our 5 reasons, the first reason is sleep. Okay, sleep can cause a great deal of fatigue, can make you foggy brained and fuzzy, and have you lacking in motivation. It can also trigger you to make choices that don't make any sense with regards to your goals, and specifically around food. And so if you want to stay on track with your health goals, the first thing you want to tackle is sleep. I've made a whole video on sleep. I really wish you would look at that video, so I won't get too much into detail here. I think I made 2 videos on sleep. And the circadian rhythm is your natural body clock. And if you tell me you're a night owl, I just automatically think you have dysregulated circadian rhythm because the sun goes up and comes down. I mean, like, we're all on the same schedule. So, and it's a great way to have a hard time losing weight, not being on that schedule. Okay. And so I talk about sleep habits in the video, so please check those out. Great ways to get yourself geared down into sleep. Second major thinking point or talking point is hydration. So a great way to undermine your success is to not drink enough water. The minimum expectation is 64 ounces of water. And so if you're doing a multitude of different things, working out in a climate that's hot, drinking coffee or alcoholic beverages, your demand for water goes much higher than that 64 ounces. So I want you to start at a baseline of 64 ounces, but for each scenario, you need to add 8 ounces of water. I made a video about this too. I would definitely say go review that. Challengers, you know how we feel about water. Minimum expectation is 64 ounces. Just like with sleep, minimum expectation is 7 hours of sleep. Okay? All right. The third talking point here is hormones. Now, I don't get into this a lot in the group, and I'll take a few minutes, a little bit of time here to go over this. Cortisol is your main hormone. You need cortisol as your fight or flight response. It helps you to think clearly, to get motivated, to get inspired, to do what needs to be done. Cortisol helps you deal with an unreasonable boss, stressful situation at work, stress in your personal life. Cortisol out of control, running rampant is a problem. That will cause belly fat storage. It will cause all kinds of other issues. And the thing about cortisol is it's one of your mother hormones. Pregnenolone is another mother hormone, but I've talked about cortisol before. Cortisol will steal from your sex hormone. So we'll take from estrogen, and we'll take from testosterone. It will also upset your thyroid. So when I get a client that tests with some sort of thyroid issue, and I do some sort of diagnostic work with her, and she's got some thyroid functioning issues, or her estrogen's all over the place or dysregulated, or progesterone is low, it's a cortisol issue. And cortisol, to exist, to help you live your crazy life, to deal with your craziness, it will start to disrupt estrogen, testosterone. It'll steal what is needed from there to feed itself. And then you end up with irregular menstrual cycles and all kinds of issues with weight loss. And you'll end up with, hypothyroidism, and you're constipated, you're cold, you have no energy. It's all that stuff. So keeping your hormones balanced is so freaking important. I cannot belabor the point enough, and this video is not enough to do it. So, as a female, your mother hormones are cortisol, estrogen, and thyroid. As a man, it's cortisol, testosterone, and thyroid. Big ticket stuff here. Make sure those are balanced, okay? You know the 8 foods, but I will torture all of y'all again anyway. These need to be boxed out of the diet. Wheat or gluten, soy, dairy, corn, peanuts, sugar substitutes, alcohol, and eggs. Cut them out, your life will change. That's it. So just cut those out and then test, some of the ones that make sense to test and see if you feel poorly when you eat them. It's pretty straightforward. Now, is this hard to do? Yes, there's a whole group built around this, and I'm not the only practitioner running this kind of group. There are a number of us trying to help people eliminate known triggers and allergens to educate them around what their body's potential really is. And you can't just do this. People in the group are also working on hydration and sleep and those kinds of things. But getting these foods out makes a huge difference. Huge difference. Okay. And the last big one to stay on your track with your health goals is planning and preparing. So I like to encourage people to know what they're going to eat tomorrow, the night before. So I already know what the meal plan is going to be for tomorrow. I know how my next day is going to flow. And I make sure that, there's food in the refrigerator to make that day happen properly. And that's because I shopped for the week, which is the next step. If I have to go out to eat, I look at the menu before I go. I tell people what my food needs are. Oftentimes we'll adjust. Most people are trying to eat healthy anyway. They just need somebody who's going to take, leadership role, and they're happy to go to a restaurant that's not going to give them a heart attack in 2 years. So, something to think about, but I always know where I'm going to eat and what I can eat when I get there. Times a day that are triggering for me. If I have a time of day that I have more of a problem, I'll put a reminder on my phone for that time of day. But if there's any sort of behavioral struggle, I put a reminder in my phone for that. And group support. I have people that support me with my goals. I am in many groups and get a lot of support and bounce ideas off of other like-minded people, because you can feel like you're an alien when you're trying to be different and actually, oh my goodness, care about your health. So it's important to make sure that you have other like-minded people, because there are a lot of people who are destined and determined to take medication and survive that way. And do I have strong feelings about that? Yes. I got one body, one vessel. I want to take good care of it, and I want to help other women do the same. Other people do the same. So I like to surround myself, and I like clients to surround themselves around other like-minded individuals. It makes things easier, for sure. So those are my 5 tips for success. If you're in the challenge, you're all too familiar with those. I look forward to working with all of you challengers again in the next cycle. And I'm getting some brand new challengers. And I'm looking forward to being able to coach everyone who's in this next round. We've got some live wires coming through. So looking forward to it. So I'm going to wrap it up at this time. Take these 5 tips and do what you can with them this week. Please share this video, like it, comment on it. If you are like checking this video out and you're like, I want to join the challenge. How did I miss the challenge? Please visit the website, www.tiffanysfitforlife.com. You can always email me at tiffany@tiffanysfitforlife.com. And we will get you taken care of. Okay? Until next time, live fit.